Lakers Nation, what is going on? And welcome back to the channel with another video. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday morning to start it off with your loved ones and your family. Well, but it looks like we just got some more NBA news, and according to recent reports from The Athletic, Joe Van Boer and Sham Charania, after the Lakers lost a disappointing game in the first California Summer League game in Golden State, where the Warriors play their home games, we lost to the Sacramento Kings by the final score of 108-94, which was very tough. But they just recently reported that Lakers superstar player LeBron James decided to take a pay cut. I believe it was worth about $3 million, which is not a lot, but it's going to cut to help the Lakers stay below the luxury tax apron. It's going to give us more flexibility in terms of signings, and the Lakers are going to have to unload some salary and contracts, right? But I believe the Lakers have 15 players in the roster, and Torian Prince just left the Lakers to sign a deal with the Milwaukee Bucks to join Darvin Ham. So the Lakers, at least they're trying to improve this roster, which we haven't made any moves in the offseason, which I'm very disappointed. But in terms of LeBron James, it was looking like he was going to offer a pay cut to $20 million for a top-level player like a James Harden. Of course, he went to the Clippers. Jonas Valanciunas went to the Washington Wizards. And they were also interested in Klay Thompson, right? But they made a strong bid for him. Of course, he rejected us, and he opted for 3 seasons worth about $50 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks. Of course, it makes sense because they just went to the NBA Finals. They came up short, losing to the best team in the league, the Boston Celtics, in 5 games. So the Lakers are in a very tough spot. They haven't made any moves other than signing Max Christie, drafting Dalton Connect with the 17th overall pick, signing Bronny James to a rookie contract, 4 years worth about $7.9 million. So he was a second-round pick in this year's NBA draft. And the Lakers, of course, signed LeBron James to the max. They just recently signed assistant coaches like Scott Brooks and Nate McMillan, and a former assistant coach that used to be in Frank Vogel's coaching staff back in the 2019 20 NBA season when we won the championship. He was a former Dallas Mavericks assistant coach and also Phoenix Suns recent assistant coach, right? But DeMar DeRozan, of course, he was linked to the Lakers. He wanted his money, but it was going to be a sign and trade. And the Lakers is going to be very tough because we're going to have to stack some salary and some contracts. So I just didn't think it was possible. But the Lakers are going to have left the taxpayer exception because the full mid-level exception is gone. Now, they're going to be targeting players in free agency like Gary Trent Jr. and Spencer Dinwiddie, which he was on the Los Angeles Lakers this past 2023-24 NBA season. Now, starting with Gary Trent Jr., he's 25 years of age, so he's still young. He could play the point guard, shooting guard position. He's 6'5", so it's not like he's undersized. He weighs about 204 pounds, and he spent his last 3 seasons with the Portland Trailblazers. Started his career. He's been in the league since 2018-2019 NBA season. He played college over at the Duke Blue Devils, but he spent his past 4 seasons with the Toronto Raptors, which he was very solid. He had a strong season. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, and he's a sniper. I feel like he could fit alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. We need much more three-point shooters on this team to improve this roster, but having average of 2.5 three-pointers made or much better in each of the past 4 seasons and maintains a career high of 38.6% from three-point shooting percentage. So that is actually incredible. Now, I will say Trent's scoring did dip, last season after averaging stats of 18.3 points per game in the 2021-22 NBA season, and then 17.4 points per game back in the 2022-23 NBA season. But he still contributed, averaging stats of 13.7 points per game, 2.6 rebounds, 2.5 three-pointers made, 1.7 assists, and 1.1 steals per game back in the 2023 24 NBA season. So I believe he came off the bench and he was playing like that 6-man role, but he's still going to improve. He's not the greatest defender, but at least he gives that effort. And the Toronto Raptors are rebuilding after they traded OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam. So they're a young team right now. For Spencer Dinwiddie, he's 31 years of age. Of course, he's not the same player that he used to be in his prime with the Brooklyn Nets, but he's been tearing his ACL and had, legs injury, foot injury, I believe, with the Washington Wizards. There was like a point where he missed an whole season, but that just really triggered him. And he most recently played for the Lakers back in the 2023-24 NBA season, as I was speaking earlier on this video, after being waived by the Toronto Raptors, but he was first traded from the Brooklyn Nets involving Dennis Schroeder. But the Lakers signed him in the buyout market. He struggled to secure a significant role for the LA Lakers, averaging stats of 6.8 points per game, 2.4 assists, 1.7 rebounds, and 1.3 three-pointers made in 24.2 minutes per game over 28 contests, right? So he's not really known as a great three-point shooter. He's known as a playmaker, can run the offense, and just really help his team. But I feel like Darvin Ham just wasn't really utilizing his players at the best to their ability. He was playing him as a 3-and-D wing or 3-and-D guard, which he's not really known for that. So you just need to give him the ball to put it on the deck and just let him play, his way. But he had a couple of good games for the Lakers. I remember he had like a 28-point game against Indiana Pacers, and then he had like a game-winning block against Dame Lillard on the Milwaukee Bucks. So I think that's very interesting. And during the Lakers' first-round playoff series against the Denver Nuggets, he did average around 3 points per game, which is, awful, 1.6 assists and 1.4 rebounds in 5 games. So there's plenty of times where he did have bagels, but the bench really wasn't productive other than Taurean Prince, and we just lost him. So Lakers fans, NBA fans, you guys let me know in the comment section, how do you guys feel about Spencer Dinwiddie? In my personal opinion, I just don't want him back in the Los Angeles Lakers after his playoff performance, and I want hoopers that can contribute, give us more depth, more versatility on this team. And the Lakers have been in trade talks with Portland Trailblazers forward, Jeremy Grant, right? But they're also having trade talks with Bruce Brown Jr. from the Toronto Raptors, Kyle Kuzma from the Wizards, and even having trade talks with the Utah Jazz. And I will say for Spencer Dinwiddie, he did averages of 17.3 points per game and 6.5 assists per game back in the 2022-23 NBA season with the Dallas Mavericks and Nets, indicating potential beyond his recent performance. So I just feel like a lot of players that play well on other teams, when they come to the Lakers, they put that uniform on, that jersey, they forget how to hoop. So we need ballers, guys that are just going to provide and not are afraid of the moment. But that's just my thoughts on this whole situation. Make sure you guys like the video. We're on the road to 3K subs. It would really help the channel, the algorithm. That way you guys can comment, share, do all that good stuff. And lastly, turn on the notification bell so you guys get notified for future Lakers content. And I'm out of here. Peace.